Hello everybody, I am back again. Another week, another stream. This time on a different day because I just didn't feel like doing it yesterday. I wasn't feeling up to it, we'll say. But I'm here today, and that's all that matters. So, first of all, hello, of course. How is everyone doing? Hope you're doing well enough, I guess. Doing a little art stream today. Where you get to draw along with me, which honestly you could have done that in any other of my art streams. This time it is sanctioned by me. So I guess it's more official, I don't know. Also, I don't have one yet, but I'm gonna think of a theme and we're gonna draw something related to that theme. I have a few ideas in my head, but for now I don't really know. Also, fun fact, I haven't drawn anything in like a while. It's been at least a week. I want to say whenever I finished the drawing that I made on my last art stream. Wait, that was more than a week ago. That was like 2 weeks ago. Wow. Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't been being creative lately, and that's fine, honestly. Who cares? So let's just get into it. I already made a sketch here just to make sure I remembered how to draw. So this is gonna be just like a warm-up thing again. I apparently haven't drawn anything in like 2 weeks, which is wacky. So you know, my hand still needs to remember how to do this. Also, let me wipe off my screen because it's a little dusty. I'm not gonna lie. There we go. That's a little bit better. So as usual, I have a number of things to talk about. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'll just start with something insane I saw. Two things that are insane that I saw on Twitter.com. I swear, I don't know what it is about Twitter that's just weird and wacky and odd and strange, but just the wildest stuff is going on there on that website, and I legitimately cannot keep up, you know? But yesterday, I saw not a tweet, I guess it was more like a news article from XXL, which is like a hip-hop publication, about rapper Lil Uzi Vert. And if you've been on Twitter at all in the past like 2 days, you probably already know what I'm going to talk about. But this dude went and got an entire, oh, I don't have my stabilizer on. Went and got an entire diamond implanted into his head, which sounded weird at first because it was weird, but when I was talking on the phone to my friend yesterday about it, he actually did some research, actually looked into it instead of taking things at face value like I do. But apparently, if you know how eyebrow piercings work, or nose bridge piercings work, it's kind of like that, but it's also completely insane. So how that works is that, you know, if you have an eyebrow piercing, you have 2 studs. There's a little metal bar that goes under your skin to connect them, which isn't really that insane if you think about it. Just a metal bar under your skin connects it. I mean, that's fine, you know. But apparently what they went and did. So I didn't see any videos. That was the thing too. I didn't see any videos about it, so I didn't really know the structural integrity of this kind of piercing. But apparently it's just a diamond. And when I say diamond, it's huge. It's I don't know, man. It's an inch and a half at least. You know? But it's not a small, you know, earring type diamond. It's a huge pink diamond. It's $24 million or something like that. Something insane. That apparently he's been paying for it since 2017. So, you know, this is an entire huge investment for him. But anyways, it's the diamond is mounted on the bar or something. Or I guess it's I don't know. But when a friend explained it to me, it seemed less insane, but still a really weird thing to do. Just an odd placement for a piercing. like, you know, and I said this too, you already got problems with people trying to snatch rappers' chains. Like, what happens when someone tries to snatch your forehead diamond? Like, what do you do then? You know? Because, like, a chain, it's fine. It's a chain. You know, you could get another one. But with this one, like, some injury is involved. Because if you snatch it, then, like, you're ripping the skin there, and it's weird. Anyways, honestly, I don't have a problem with his piercing. The shock will die down. Really? That's interesting. I don't know. I just thought it was, like, so incredibly weird when I saw it. Just very odd. I think what happened is that it was, like, really early in the morning, and I saw it, and it just, like, it was one of those things where it's, like, entirely too early in the morning for me to be reading about someone with a forehead piercing, and the fact that, I thought it was legit implanted into a skin instead of a piercing. So, now that I know it's like an actual piercing and not like an implant, it's fine. But if it was implanted, it would still be weird to me. But also the fact that he has $24 million in his head is still kind of weird to me, but for different reasons, you know? Anyways. I'm pretty sure they're called dermal piercings. Yeah, they probably are. I mean, it's just in his skin. It's not like in his skull or anything. And I mean, I guess, I don't know. It feels like everybody else is okay with it, and I'm the only one kind of weirded out and finding it strange. But hey, to each their own, I suppose. This is so not symmetrical. That's better. And so the other strange thing that I saw, less strange than piercing your forehead, but still really strange. I guess it originated on TikTok instead of Twitter. But, you know, TikTok always finds its way to Twitter. TikTok videos. And so there's this TikTok of this girl who, upon realizing that she ran out of normal, regular, perfectly fine hairspray, she went and grabbed a bottle of Gorilla Glue spray adhesive and, like, use that to, like, lay her hair. And it's been, how long did she say it was? Like a month or something, a really long time. She said it had been, and now it legit won't come out. Like, I mean, her hair looks nice, you know, but it's now permanently stuck in that hairstyle. And it's so insane. Why is his head so big? Mega cranium. Oh my god. I just realized that. See, this is the importance of doing warm-ups. I gotta warm myself up. Not draw mega craniums. That's better. The neck is like so long. That. This. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's so weird. And the only way that she could, like, probably get it out of her hair is, number one, by removing all of her hair. Because, like, you know, that was her hair that she was using. She had, like, a braid that was probably, like, a weave or something like that. But her hair is about to be gone, right? And the other thing is that stuff is, like, solid. It's not moving, you know? And really the only way... Oh, and the funniest thing, it's not really funny, it's more sad than funny, the whole situation, but the funny part is that for some reason, the official Gorilla Glue, like, company has a TikTok account. I don't know why, but they told her to use, like, rubbing alcohol or 99% alcohol or something like that to, like, get rid of it, which would end up really messing up her hair. And then the other solution that she could use would be, like, acetone, which would mess it up even more. Like, oh my goodness. Either way, she's about to have some problems on her hands. You know, just a lot of problems. I still feel like that. You know what? It's fine. Head is fine. That's Nightmare Fuel. The video itself is, like, humorous on the surface, but then you realize this girl has been sitting with, like, Gorilla Glue in her scalp for, like, a month. So, yeah. I mean, you know, she's fortunate that she has the looks where she could pull off, you know, a bald look. So it's not 100% terrible, you know, there's silver linings there, but I would not. Who? And you all know, like, Gorilla Glue, that's, like, the good stuff, you know? That's, like, that will hold together, like, a lot of stuff, you know? And what she used was, like, a spray adhesive. So, I don't know, man. I'm very interested to know what happens next, though. I will say that. I'm invested in Gorilla Glue Girl and her story. That's all I have to say. I mean, those have really been the only two things that have been on the brain recently. I briefly watched, I don't even know what you call it, a Senate meeting, hearing, etc. I don't know. But it was on TV, and my mom was watching it, and I heard it, and so I went outside of my room to see what's what. And, oh, I know what's wrong. The neck is too thick. And, resident whack job Marjorie Taylor Greene had to address Congress to be like, you know, oh, I didn't mean those things that I said about school shootings being fake. Please let me keep my job. Of course, it didn't work. They voted her out, by the way. That was later today. But she also went on to be like, ooh, cancel culture and, you know, that kind of stuff. And on top of that, she was wearing a mask that said free speech, and of course it was bedazzled. A bedazzled mask that said free speech. And she was on national television. I guarantee you this is being broadcast on not only C-SPAN, because of course they do that, but CNN, which is where my mom was watching it, probably Fox News, MSNBC, regular NBC, maybe? I don't know. And she's up here complaining that they're silencing her free speech. Like, no. You're not allowed to say that. Like, come on. Yeah, that was that today. Let's see. What else do I have to talk about? I purchased a new book. I mean, that's not really that interesting, but also I haven't even started reading it yet. It came in like last week, or no, earlier this week. Listen, I don't know. Again, time. What is time these days? But I received it recently. What is this? It's a little speck on my tablet. But I received it recently. I haven't started reading it. But, it's the book. What is it called? Oh my god. I forgot for a second. It's Concrete Rose by Andrew Thomas. I've read The Hate U Give. And I liked that. And I read On the Come Up, and I wasn't too hot about that. I don't know why. I guess because high expectations about, you know, from The Hate U Give. So, I haven't seen the movie, by the way. I haven't seen The Hate U Give movie. I have this weird thing about movies and television shows now, where if it isn't, especially adaptations, well, only adaptations, but if it isn't, like, completely true to the source material, I just don't want to read it. Especially if it was something that I enjoyed, you know. I don't know why. That's probably not a very good outlook to have about adapted stories and materials, but, you know, I guess I'm just particular like that. Anyways, I read her first 2 books, and then her second one came out January the 12th, but I didn't really have any extra dollars to buy the book, but recently I have. Did I just merge those layers? Oh my god. I cannot. Oh no, I didn't merge them. They were on the same layer to begin with. God. I'm a dummy. There. Problem solved. So yeah, I haven't read it yet, but I hope it's good. I don't know. So, fun fact. I'm full of fun facts. Especially if you watch my latest video. I swear, I don't know why I wrote the phrase fun fact so many times into that script, but I did, and I only realized it as I was editing it, but whatever. It's not about that. Fun fact. Me and Angie Thomas, the writer, went to the same university. And I was in the same, well, not the same, because we didn't go to school at the same time. She's like a bit older than me, like by at least 5 to 10 years, I think. So saying it's the same kind of doesn't make sense, but whatever. I was in the same creative writing program that she went into. We'll just say it like that. It's like she had the same instructors and everything, because, I mean, Bellhaven, they haven't, at least the creative writing department, it's still fairly small, even though it's been there since, like, something like 2005 or 2007, a really long time. But it's really just been the head of the, not committee, what do you call it? Department. The department chair. He's been there ever since it's been like a thing. And then there is this one other professor who was there when she was there, who was not there when I was there, who was replaced by a different guy. So, I mean, I guess we studied under the same people, but whatever. This sounds like a flex. It's not. I didn't even... I changed majors, like, midway through college. But I just thought that was interesting to say. Especially considering, you know, Bellhaven is, like, such a small school, if you think about it. Only, like, what, 2,000 students? And yet we've had such success to come out of there. And a black person, too. I think that's important to point out. Also, I don't know where I'm going with this face. I'm just drawing, man. I'm just drawing. Again, this is a warm-up. Just trying to get in the groove. We're not in the main attraction yet. But stay tuned, because we will be. I'm not gonna color this, by the way. It's just gonna stay as lines. I'll probably finish it later. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. If I am feeling like it. So yeah, I bought a new book. That's the moral of the story. Moral of the really non-existent story. It's a non-story. Well, I guess since it's Thursday, which doesn't really mean much, but that means it's the day before Friday, and Friday is Drag Race. You talk about last week. Oh my goodness, last week on the television program RuPaul's Drag Race, that was some good television. I will say that much, for a number of reasons, but also for the one that you're probably thinking about if you've watched Drag Race last week, or even kind of know what happened. Oh my goodness. I made a little tweet on the twitter.com that I thought Candy Muse was getting the villain edit, but now that I think about it, I don't think it's an edit, you know, because I feel like there's one queen each season, and I'm not the only person who thinks this, but it seems like there's one queen each season who's like the designated bad guy. Like, I think Fifi O'Hara was a notable example, even though I didn't really watch her season. Maybe Derek Barry on her season? I can't remember. But yeah, I thought she was getting the villain edit. I just think she might just be like that, you know, just kind of, not mean, so to speak, but just extremely spicy. There's a difference between being mean and spicy. Like, she's not really malicious. She was just being, like, super defensive for really not much reason. And I will say, Tamisha Iman was being a little spicy too, but it was more in a, like, a motherly way, which seems weird, but I don't know, it's a really specific way that your mom reprimands you for something is what she was doing. And Candy was just, like, being the child in that situation. Not being a child. Like, well, she was being childish, but, you know, in this dichotomy that I've just made up, she was a child in the situation, and Tamisha was the mom. I legit thought they were gonna throw hands. I really didn't want that to happen. Because, number one, I just don't really like seeing physical fights to begin with. And number two, that really wouldn't look good for Candy if she like laid hands on like a number one, an older person, and number two, like someone who had like recently overcome cancer. Like that would have been a bad look. Which is, I don't know if that's why. I don't think they were really going to like throw hands. So I don't know, man. But that was just something. And that was all untucked too. That wasn't even in like the main show. So, but I will say for the main show, I really don't know how. Well, okay, I know how, but I'm honestly surprised that Lala Ree made it out on the other side of that, like, okay, like, fine. Cause that I don't know what to say about that look she had. Her first two were fine. Some people didn't like the bag of bones look. I thought it was fine. I really liked her gigantic bag look. But that last one, I honestly, when I saw that, I felt bad for her. Like, I knew she was gonna get ripped apart, and like I felt secondhand, I don't know, not really embarrassment, but like pity, you know? It was like, oh my goodness, you decided to do this? That was a lot. But her other two looks were just fine. And she was a better lip syncer than Joey J. So, honestly, to me, Joey J's looks in general have been kind of lackluster. She's not really a favorite of mine, you know. She's not, I don't really think she's like a looks. That's not true. She is a looks queen. She's just not my favorite looks queen. That's what I will say. But I will say, Utica definitely should have won. I felt like she got snubbed for that episode. She should have won. Cause like I feel like her like construction like bag look was a lot better than Got Mix. So I know nothing about Drag Race, but your descriptions make me think I should start watching because they're really funny. Oh my goodness. Well, you should start watching. I mean, it's on the air. If you live in the United States and you have cable, which you probably don't, but it comes on VH1 Fridays at 7 o'clock Central. It's like 8 o'clock Eastern. I have no idea what time that is Pacific. Don't ask me. I'm going to have a heart attack trying to convert it. But yes, I recommend Drag Race. I honestly wasn't into it until like last year. But if you want like a good wacky season, I will say Canada's Drag Race, the first season that just passed, that was good. I liked it. There wasn't a whole lot of like drama in it, you know, because, you know, I don't want to perpetuate the stereotype of Canadian politeness, but that that might have been involved. But yeah, not much drama, but it was an interesting season of Drag Race. Apparently this ongoing season, so like season 2 of UK's Drag Race is good. I haven't seen it because it's in the UK, but apparently, you know, there's some good stuff going on there. I think it's on like, maybe not right now, but like today. I think it comes on Thursdays. The hashtag is trending on Twitter, so I think it's like ongoing, like right now or whatever. I don't know. She's underrated for a reason. God, the thing she's created is literally visionary level. Yeah, like, I don't know, man. I really like a lot of Got Mixed looks, but last week in particular, I really think Utica should have won. Just my opinion. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too hot on the sleeping bag look. I think it's just the patterns and the materials. Like, I don't know, for some reason when I think of sleeping bags as being like the least comfortable thing to sleep in, you know, so that's just the kind of vibe that I got. But it's legitimately impressive. Like, she had, you know, the same amount of time as Lala Ree, and she made what she made, and Lala Ree made what she made, so I don't know, man. I was gonna say something, but yeah, I like what Gottmik has been doing. I wasn't too hot on her bag look. I don't know. I just wanted more from it, I guess. I mean, it was nice. Kind of a I don't know what you call it. Like, oh, I know exactly what it was. It was like Y2K futurism. So like, you know, 2000s era, this is what the future looks like. It was very much that aesthetic, which is very much coming back these days. Y2K in general, and also like past era futurism, which is really confusing, but I promise it makes sense. But so that's what she was going for, and like I can see that and I can appreciate it, but I just think Utica's was better. I don't know. What were the oh my goodness, the beginning of that episode, the mini challenge where they were all babies, that made me uncomfortable for some reason. I don't know why, it was just so weird. Like that, like I apparently purged it from my mind because I forgot it existed altogether until literally right now. But the beginning where they all had to like dress up as babies, I don't know. Who was I watching? Because I watch a couple of like drag race related YouTube channels, mostly just like, you know, I watch Pit Stop, and also I watch Bob the Drag Queen and Monet Exchange, their sibling watchery, as they call it. I think it was there that they said, you know, it kind of reminded them of like the whole adult baby thing, and it was very much that. So let's see. I was a big fan of Project Runway and have a deep love for any competition where people are frantically sewing, so Drag Race feels like it fits. Well, the thing about that is that there's only maybe like, I don't know, because I literally just started watching. There's only like a few sewing related challenges during the season, so not like a whole lot. But there is, you know, there is the whole challenge of having to put together a good enough look to fit the, what would it be called? The main challenge, yeah, or the main theme, the main runway. So you would like the runway aspect of it a lot, but I would say that's kind of minor, because you have stuff like acting challenges, and you do have sewing challenges. There may be more sewing challenges than acting challenges. Again, I really don't know, but you might like it. There's also some spicy drama every now and then that you'll definitely like if you're into that. So there's this, I'm pressing the enter key this whole time. So there's this person on YouTube. I don't know what the name of their channel is, but they are a visionary. But basically what they did, or what they do, I don't know if they still do it, I hope so, but they made animations of like really big drag race fights. So like, you know, everyone versus Mimi I'm First, and you know the ones, I just can't think of them right now. But they make them, but like with birds, and it's like every birdie versus Mimi I'm First, and etc. And I'm just waiting for the every birdie versus Candy Muse, because that's gonna be fun. I don't know. It's really specific kind of thing to make and to watch, but I don't know. What kind of hairstyle should I give her? I'm thinking braids. I'm not gonna lie, I've been drawing pretty frequently for like, what, it's been 6 years now. Has it really? No, it hasn't. 5? What's 2016? No, that was like 4, no it hasn't. No, 2015. It's like, no, it is 6 years, but not quite. So still 5 years. Not a whole year. Anyways, I've been drawing pretty frequently for the last 5 years, and I still don't know how to like draw braids. I've been improvising this whole time, and I have no idea if it even looks right, but it looks fine to me, so I'm gonna say that it's fine. But we're gonna try braids today. That's what we're gonna do. So literally what I do is I just go like whoop and whoop, there we go, and then do the little things around it. And I don't I mean, it's basically just like a heart shape, and I know it doesn't look like that, but I have no idea how else to do it. Maybe if I do more of a this shape, it'll be better. But I don't, dang it, why did I reset that? No. We're just gonna wing it tonight. This is a warm-up. We're not striving for perfection here. And also, I just in general am not striving for perfection. So we're just gonna do this. I am say. Oh my god, all of my language has broken down. I will say, which is what I should have said. I am excited for tomorrow's episode because they're doing like a disco challenge, and honestly, I really like disco. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I like disco. I'm not gonna deny that fact. It's good music. It's music to dance to. Anything that I can dance to. Even sitting here in my chair. It's automatically superior to everything else. So I'm excited to see what they do with that. Maybe something like this. That's cute. I like that. Oh, this looks so weird. No, it doesn't. It looks fine. Oh my gosh. Cannot doubt myself. Oh, but it does look weird though. No, it doesn't. Maybe. Perhaps. Question mark. I don't know. It looks fine. It's fine. It's fine. I guess. I don't know. Again, we're just winging it over here. We're just winging it. What is this song? Why is it like so quiet? We're gonna skip her. That's a little better. These two braids are gonna end up looking somewhat. No, they're not. They look the same. I cannot doubt myself. I cannot doubt myself. Is there a show or series you've seen in the last few months that you really like? Last few months? Goodness. I'll take that to mean like the last 3 months. Let's see, it's February, so I don't even think I've been watching that much TV since like December. So I don't really know how to answer that. Like, what do I watch even? I just watch a lot of YouTube. That's really the truth. I watch very little TV, and that includes like streaming and stuff. But, and I mean, I haven't really watched this recently. There's this K-drama that I really like that I still haven't finished, called My Shy Boss. I probably talked about it on stream before, but not everybody comes to every stream. And it's really interesting. This is so not on center. But anyways, it's really interesting because it's simultaneously like a really goofy, almost anime tier rom-com. But it's also like a really serious and like thoughtful commentary on like Korean work culture. So that's a really weird thing to have, but it works for it, I think. I enjoy that. It's on Netflix. It's got English subtitles. Have I seen the Cats musical breakdown video? No, I haven't. I have not. I don't know why, but I've been avoiding like all Cats, the musical, the movie content. Even though what you're talking about probably isn't a movie, it's just a musical. So, honestly, I like Cats, the musical. It's kind of dope, you know? First of all, the music is just good. You know, it's just got good music. You know, Magical Mr. Mistopheles. Oh, what's his name? the Rum Tum Tugger song. What else? What am I forgetting? Memories? Did I say Memories already? I have no idea. Memories, of course, is a bop. Am I gonna do the... You know what? I don't know. Magical Mr. Mistopheles slaps, yeah. Slaps real hard. I guess I'll just do it like this. Was the last time that I... No. Like this? No. Oh my god. Hold on. I need a reference. I need a reference. I have no idea how to draw the side of this woman's head. What do you call these? They're just double braids. I'm gonna call them double braids. I really don't know what to call them. So like this. Why are these all from the back? Oh, I kind of see now. How the hair goes. Yeah, it kind of like swooses around. Alright, well, there we go. I found it out. So it was kind of like what I was trying to do, but also not quite. This still looks, no it doesn't, it looks kind of right. I don't know, man. Again, this is just a warm up. This isn't the main event. I have to remind myself that. It looks not terrible. I'll give myself that credit. It doesn't look bad. It just looks strangely wrong. Even though it's doing the same thing on the other side, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyways. I have a thinner brush for these. That's nice. And really, if you're wondering, since I don't like watch TV a whole lot, like what YouTube channels I've watched, really just, you know, the stuff that's on my... Now see, one side looked okay, now this other side looks busted. I'm leaving it. Again, this is the warm-up, it's not the main event. Anyways, something that I've been watching fairly consistently on YouTube is a playthrough of Metal Gear Solid 5 by this Twitch streamer called Vine Sauce. And they streamed it like in 2015, so like when the game came out, so it's been a while since it's been out. But he also streamed Twin Snakes recently, and I watched that. I thought that was fun. I've never played a Metal Gear game myself, but I do appreciate like how, you know, campy and wacky and weird the earlier games were. And now it just feels like, you know, Metal Gear Solid 5 is like serious, well, it's not even a first-person shooter, but you get that kind of vibe from it, you know? It's kind of a serious type thing, like, ooh, this is supposed to be taken seriously. And, I mean, I'm not saying that the earlier Metal Gear games weren't meant to be taken seriously, but I'm gonna save this. But, what was I gonna say? It just felt like they had a lot more fun, you know? Okay, now we're moving on. Also, this window wasn't even full screen like this entire time. Wow. Okay. So, now that we're all warmed up, we've warmed up our drawing juices in the microwave, or on the stove, or in the oven. We can start. So, oh, that's not the right orientation. That's better. Okay, so our theme for today is goth. We're drawing goth things. It has been decided. Goth. Yes. And I'm not talking about, well, okay, no, I'm not gonna say that. You can interpret it however you want to. You know, you can draw a Bella Goth, or you can just draw like a gothic person, or you can draw gothic architecture. That's how you can draw gothic architecture if you're like a landscape person, or I don't know. Interpret it how you may. I'm gonna draw a goth girl because that's what I do. You know, I really want it to be I really want it to be goth in like high school. But we had a stabilizer. But we had a dress code, so it was a little hard. And it's not like my mom didn't let me buy black lipstick, because I did eventually buy black lipstick, but I just never wore it at school. But honestly, I was never like actually goth. I just really like the aesthetic, you know? I still do. You can do both. Draw the tall vampire lady from Resident Evil 8. Man, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's because I'm not a person who is attracted to women, but I don't understand the hype. I just don't. I'm sorry. Like, okay, she's 9 feet tall. That's cool, but also, that's kind of it. I guess that's enough for some people. Hey, I don't know. I really don't. Honestly, I kind of wish I was goth in high school. I probably would have had a lot more fun. You know? Just being myself. It's kind of weird too, because like you usually in high schools, or just like schools in general, or large places, I guess high school specifically, you'd find at least some goths. But like I did not know of a single goth in high school, which is a darn shame. You know, there are plenty of weeaboos, plenty of like, you know, your typical archetypes for high school students, but no goths. Again, we had a dress code, but at the same time, there's some leeway there. Not a whole lot, but there's some. So I feel like if you, gosh darn it, the sticker's coming up. I feel like if you wanted to, like, bend it a little bit and wear some black fishnet fingerless gloves, you could. But nobody ever did, which is sad. It would have been so cool to have goths in my school. There just weren't any. But, like I said, I don't want to make fun of these people, because, like, well, let me think about what I'm about to say. Okay, here's what I will say. I'm not saying liking anime is bad, but there were definitely people in my school who liked anime, and there are also people in my school who were straight up weeaboos, so, you know. And for some reason, a good amount of those people were in the robotics club with me. And yes, I was in the robotics club as a kid. I never built anything. I was always just like the documentation person. I even like took this one class in the summer of one year. I think this was like either during or after middle school, so not really during high school. But I took this whole class to like learn how to program. It was in the language specifically used by like this whole the company that made the like stuff for schools to use for robotics programs. I don't know what it was called. I really don't. But you know, that language, I'm pretty sure, is like based off of C# or something like that. But eventually got like really complicated. I finished the course and everything, and I did the programming, but it was really complicated. I don't know. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. Around the whole programming thing. Honestly, I tried to learn how to code. I thought it'd be so cool if I could be a coder. But the farthest I ever got was HTML. And not even CSS, just HTML. So I can make you a fire plain text HTML page. But anything other than that, sorry, cannot do it. And I tried to learn CSS too, because the only reason I learned HTML is because I wanted to make Tumblr themes. I want to make like a cool Tumblr theme for my 13-year-old Tumblr page. And I learned HTML, right? That I had no problem with, because it's incredibly simple. It is so simple. It's like really simple. Like anybody can learn how to write HTML. But once we got to CSS, which is how you can actually like make things look nice, there was just some hang up in my 13-year-old brain. It was like, oh man, I can't do this. This is too complicated. It wasn't. I mean, maybe it was complicated. I don't know. Honestly, probably wasn't. But also probably was. But anyways, all of that is to say is that I was in the robotics club in school, and one year, my last year doing it, because after a while honestly, my senior year of high school, I didn't want to do anything. I barely even wanted to go to school. You know, I was just there. I was barely there, you know. The whole senioritis thing kicked in, I guess, and I was just really not jazzed to be there, you know. Honestly, since I've been, like, from 6th grade to, like, 12th grade, I kind of stopped liking school, because I did like school a whole lot in elementary school, because I just like learning things. But after a point, you know, you stop learning things and you start memorizing things, if that makes sense, you know? Because instead of learning new stuff, you know, like how many planets there are, and things like fun stuff like that, you have to learn like chemistry. You gotta memorize how to like convert molecules and all that stuff. I made a C in chemistry, by the way. I was not good at it at all. And it was because we had to learn how to convert molecules. I don't know what it's called. It has a name. Like that whole thing that you do, it has a name. I just don't know what it is. It's been a while. But, you know, I never liked math. I guess, you know, English was really the only subject that I liked in school. And I think, honestly, I was pretty consistent with liking English, except for the 10th grade when I had a terrible teacher, but that's neither here nor there. Have I ever told that story in a video? I can't remember. Have I? I feel like I might have. I don't know. I probably talked about it on stream, though, at some point in time. But yeah. I had a terrible English teacher in the... Oh, right! Duh, the underground stream. That's where I talked about it. About my terrible 10th grade English teacher who got fired. That'll make an interesting story time. Because I don't think I have made a video about it. Because, I don't know. Let me check. I'm fairly certain I haven't. But... Anyway, that's neither here nor there. What was I even talking about? School. Okay. So yeah, my senior year, I did 0 homework during my senior year. What else? You know, I just kind of showed up and just was there, you know. This looks so wacky. I'm gonna try the arm strat. You know, there's this one TikTok. I mentioned it in my last art stream, but I never actually did it. So I don't think the situation presented itself or whatever. But let's see. So I'm gonna do something weird. Draw the hands first, which is what I never do. Usually I draw the arms first. This is a drawing the arms last kind of deal. I just found your channel and I must say you are very swag. Well, you know, were it the year 2013, I would reprimand you for using the word swag unironically. Actually, you're probably being ironic, now that I think about it. But thank you for thinking that I am, quote unquote, swag. It's very nice. Oh, here it is. Okay. So you have the arm, and then you make a line from the wrist to the shoulder. So like that. And, okay, well, a line from the wrist to the shoulder, and then, this is gonna play with sound. I don't want it to play with sound. No. You be quiet. Stop. Here we go. Okay. There's a line from the wrist to the arm and a line from the middle of that line to like the elbow. Hold on. I think they're supposed to be the same size. I really don't know. So I'm gonna say it like that then. Because that's where the elbow is supposed to go, I guess. Or we could go a little bit farther. They're supposed to be like equal. Okay. So I should have done this on another layer. Actually, I will do this on another layer. I want to get rid of it eventually. So like this and then like that. And then what they do is they... Oh, did I just do this backwards? No, I didn't. Okay. Maybe I did. Yeah, no. I don't know. It's in the wrong place. I'll say that. We'll move it over a little bit, I guess. How about, okay. Kind of do like that. My drawing process is just confused. Yeah, okay. This is something new. I've never done this before. There's this TikTok that I saw on Twitter, literally last month. Wow, it's been a while. But it was like a shortcut, I guess, for making sure arms and hands are like not wacky looking. I don't know. I'm literally about to try this out. So, okay. We're gonna see if this works. So like that, and then elbow, and then like this, and then like, oh lord, okay. This is just weird. So, okay. I feel like I could have done that without the T though. I'm gonna show you guys this, cause I don't know. Okay, let me screen cap this. Make sure nothing is showing. All right, we're gonna pause the music here, so we can all watch this and try to comprehend it. When I was watching it, it made a lot of sense, but actually doing it, it made 0 sense. So this is the TikTok itself. Let me turn the volume up because it might be quiet.
Okay, so if you aren't aware of the arm hack I'm showing in this video, hopefully I'm going to put you on this. This is not a hack that I created. This has been around for a while in the art community, but it's probably the most helpful thing I'm covering.
So like this visually makes sense.
Wrist to the shoulder and a line down that around the middle of it to create the guideline for the elbow. This is really helpful when you can't figure out how to connect a hand to a shoulder, or also if you have a position where drawing the arm first would mean that the hand ends up in an awkward position. You don't want to deal with that.
I feel like this is overly complicated.
The elbow can vary greatly in length depending on perspective, so understanding anatomy is still super helpful, but for general rule of thumb, both parts of the arm are about equal in length. That helps.
I mean,
So
that's what I'm going off of here, right? Honestly, that just feels like it overcomplicates it, because I could have done that without the T. So, yeah. No, this is not making its way into my artistic process. Like that. No, thank you. Okay, well, it looks easy, but I would probably stress myself out doing this. Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. Also, I just drew the hands really jacked up for no reason. I'll fix it later. Also, is this not purple? Am I not using... It looked blue on Streamlabs, but it looks purple on my tablet. Is my... Is this not... I thought this might not be color balanced. I have no idea. I don't know why this looks like purpley here, but it looks blue there. I'm not a fan of this. What does it look like? Hold on. Let me see on my primary monitor. We'll see here. Because Streamlabs is on my secondary monitor. I don't know. It's so not important. This is just a sketch. I am worrying about all the wrong things today. Oh boy. Okay. Continue. Oh, that's loud. Better. So I'm just gonna continue as normal because that hack wasn't much of a hack at all. Honestly, like with most life hacks, they aren't really hacks. They're just kind of a way to overcomplicate things. So, you know, it's the same here. Honestly, now the head looks too small. Fix it later. Fix it later. So what else could I talk about? I don't know. What did you all have for dinner today? Or lunch if you didn't have dinner? Or breakfast if you didn't have lunch? Or what do you want to eat today if you haven't eaten at all? Which hopefully you're in a way different time zone because it's like 7 o'clock here. You should have eaten at least once by now. Unless you woke up like 2 hours ago. Which in that case, listen, I don't know, man. Maybe fix your sleep schedule. 1 sleeve of saltine crackers. Honestly, I don't see how people eat saltine crackers when there are much better options available, like Ritz, or literally anything else. I mean, listen, I get that some people might like saltines, like my mom does. She likes them. She likes to put like sardines on them, like from the can. Which, honestly, I just can't eat what looks like a whole fish. That's so weird to me. Anyways, some people like sardines. I do not. So, I'd eat Ritz, but the ones we have are stale. Dang. Honestly, you ate rice and eggs. That sounds dope. Very simple, but very tasty. Let's see. This morning for breakfast, I had an egg sandwich, which was a fried egg. Which what I do when I make fried eggs, because I don't like them being like, you know, all, not lumpy. Lumpy is not the word. But you know how the yolk, it like sticks out, and then when you flip it over, it's got like the hump on it. I don't like that. So I use a fork to break up the yolk before I flip it. I think that's pretty cool. And I don't really like runny eggs in my like sandwiches anymore, because it just makes it messy, and I don't have the time or the patience. But anyways, the egg sandwich was 1 fried egg, a slice of Swiss cheese. What else? Oh, and just mayo and mustard on white bread. It was pretty good. I also had 2 of those, like, what do you call them? Tropical? Are they tropical? Like the fruit cups with the pineapple and papaya in it. I really like the texture of the papaya. It's like, the taste isn't very spectacular to me, but I do like the fact that it's kind of soft and like dense. Oh, and I had coffee, obviously. I didn't finish it though. And then for dinner, which I made right before I started streaming, I had some shrimp Alfredo, which I've been craving for a long time now. But since my mom is usually the one who cooks, she like decides what we eat. But now that we're kind of low on leftovers, I finally decided, you know what? I'm gonna go to the store, I'm gonna buy some shrimp and Alfredo sauce, and I'm just going to live my life. And that is what I did today, ladies and gentlemen. I lived my life. This is so dramatic, and for what? I had shrimp Alfredo today. That's why. It was good. It was one of those meals that I ate a lot when I was in school. It's very easy to make. All you need is a bag of shrimp, some spaghetti, and a jar of Alfredo sauce. It's like 3 ingredients, and it's pretty cheap. I mean, the shrimp isn't that cheap, because the shrimp is like $5 a bag, which could be kind of a lot for a person. I mean, it wasn't for me, but, you know, It would probably be cheaper to put chicken in it because, you know, it's chicken. And chicken Alfredo tastes just as fine. But honestly, I don't have the patience to cook chicken for chicken Alfredo. So I don't. I do shrimp. Honestly, I like shrimp better than chicken. Specifically for Alfredo. It's very good. Oh, and what I do too is that after I like, you know, plate it nicely, which by that I mean I dump it in a bowl. I also put a lot of black pepper on it. Before, I guess because my parents, my dad specifically, will like put it on literally everything. I wasn't that much of a fan of black pepper, but now I've come around to the idea of black pepper. I am interested in black pepper as a concept. Yeah. Put it in my Alfredo. It adds a nice little edge to it, especially considering the Alfredo sauce that I buy, which is like the Great Value kind. It's a little bland. Gotta add garlic to it, which not the best, but you know. So yeah, not chicken. Shrimp Alfredo was one of my go-to meals in school. So, you know, I recommend it. Honestly, you could probably just eat like noodles and Alfredo sauce. You don't even have to add anything to it. And that would be just as fine. So that's like even cheaper. Because, you know, spaghetti costs literally nothing. And the Alfredo sauce that I buy is like $1. It's like $2. But when you add like tax to it. So to any of you broke people out there, consider Alfredo. It's pretty good. Let's see, what's another broke people thing that I ate? My mom got me a rice cooker, I think, what was that, like my junior year of college? So I ate a lot of rice. Not really plain rice, but you know. What I would do is I would put a few soft-boiled eggs in the rice, so you have rice plus egg, plus like really good runny yolk. I really like runny yolk. In some contexts, not all. Like not in sandwiches. Again, it makes things messy. Why does this look weird? Nah, it's fine. That's really good. I don't, even though it's literally the same as like, it's all egg, but I don't really like scrambled eggs. I don't know why. I'm just not a fan of scrambled eggs. Like, I'll do a fried egg, right? I'll do a hard-boiled egg, and I'll do a soft-boiled egg. But scrambled eggs, I just do not F with at all. I don't know why. There's no reason. It's all egg, but that specific preparing of egg is, like, not right with my soul for some reason. So, if you're ever serving me eggs, you better not scramble them, or I won't say anything and will eat them out of politeness. But I won't like it. Also, the other day, I went out and I bought a bunch of fruit. There's like no fruit in the house. You know, gotta have some fruit in the house. Can't not have fruit in the house. And I'm not talking about your basic apples and oranges and bananas. No, I do not like those. I mean, most apples I don't like. They just taste grainy and weird and boring. Oranges are a hassle. I will eat the mandarin oranges in the cup because, you know, it's right there for me to consume. But, like, having to peel an orange and get orange juice all over you, it's too much. And bananas are just like a bottom tier fruit altogether, so those aren't even in the consideration. I don't like bananas. I don't respect bananas, and I don't like them. And I don't like people who try to make me eat them. Anyways, I like banana desserts. I can't tell you the last time I had a banana smoothie or like a banana milkshake or anything like that, but I wouldn't say no to one. And like, banana bread is fine if it's made well. Bananas when they're prepared, I will say. in like a specific way are fine to me. But like raw bananas, no thank you. They're just so boring. They don't even taste good. And it's like, it's a weird texture. Like I'm sitting here expecting a fruity experience and I'm just met with mashed potato. that's how I would describe eating a banana for me. I'm expecting a fruit and I get mashed potato. And that's not fun at all. But anyways, what I actually went out and bought was pears, which are really good. Also pretty basic as far as fruits go, but for some reason, my parents just don't buy them from the store. It's always bananas, oranges, and apples, even though literally nobody asked for them. Anyways, I got some mangoes. I got like 3 of them. I haven't eaten them yet. I think I might have one after the stream. Because they're just sitting there, sitting pretty, ready for me to chop them open, you know? And I have not yet. And I also bought, I know I just went on a whole tirade about apples, but, you know, some years ago, my mom, like, bought some bougie apples. Like, I don't say they're, like, bougie, but they're not your standard variety apple. So, like, they're called ambrosia apples, and they are much sweeter than standard apples, I will say. She bought those, and I like them, but apparently they're, like, really hard to find in stores. And they're also very expensive. They're, like, what, $1 per pound? I can't remember if that one was charging per pound or per fruit, but I think it was, like, $1 per pound. No, it was close to $2 per pound. So I only got 3 of them. But I had one yesterday. And I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good. I recommend ambrosia apples. I also saw this thread on Reddit on Shower Thoughts some days ago about how there's only one type of apple juice, but a bunch of different other types of juices. And people were saying that you can buy different types of apple juice instead of, like, you know, the basic kind. And I went to the store looking for it, and I could not find it. You know, this is definitely a bougie store item. You know, you can only find it in Target. There's no Targets near me. Maybe a Winn-Dixie. We do have a Winn-Dixie here. But, like, a Trader Joe's. Is there even a Trader Joe in the state of Alabama? Probably not. A Whole Foods. I don't live in a gentrified neighborhood, so that's nowhere near me. So, you know, I'm not gonna find a variety of apple juices. Oh well. I don't even like apple juice that much. I am not a child. Anyways, I'm literally arguing about nothing. Why am I so just too much today? I'm being too much. I will say that. I will admit it. Hello, my name is Aaron, and I'm too much. Honestly, I feel like that happens every art stream, because I'm trying to fill the air with, like, things to talk about, and I end up just going off about random stuff, and it's just to be expected these days. I just can't, I just can't not speak, so I gotta talk about random crap. Okay. This looks fine. The head is busted, but we're gonna address that later. You live right by a Target. Well, you know, great, great for you, probably. Your town also probably has a population of higher than 17,000. Actually, no, it has nothing to do with population. It's about income. I do not live in an income bracket that would allow a Target to be constructed, unfortunately. And honestly, I hope it kind of stays that way. Not really for my sake, but for everybody else's sake. You know? Because if the city I live in does become gentrified, then most people living here won't be able to afford to live here anymore. Which is a weird thought, considering, you know, this is the broke area. And, like, imagining the people who already live here not being able to live here. It's a little weird. And then having a bunch of outsiders move here. That'd be, honestly, if my town got gentrified, that would be so weird. Like, I could not imagine it. Like, imagine if I left, you know, I found my own way, I moved away, and then, like, in 15 years I came back to this place being gentrified. And then, you know, it would be a really weird thing to come back to. It would just be odd. Very odd. But yeah, the only grocery stores we have here are Walmart. Which, I mean, it's pretty standard. You can find a Walmart anywhere. We have Winn-Dixie, which is good because Winn-Dixie has fresh fish, which is fantastic. I like that. What else do they have? Not really like a deli section, but no. They have fresh fish. They have like a fish counter. It's dope. We used to have 2 Winn-Dixies, but the one on my side of town, which is the black side of town, closed down because people were stealing a lot. That was what I heard. I don't know how true that is. But the Winn-Dixie on the white side of town is still open, of course. Which really, I mean, I don't know why the other one closed to begin with, so I can't really say. But, you know, now if I want to go to Winn-Dixie, I gotta, like, drive for 6 minutes. Or, no, it's longer than that. It's like 10 minutes if I want to go to Winn-Dixie. I don't go to Winn-Dixie very often. I only go if my parents tell me to go there to get something. The way you leaned in and whispered, I mean, hey, sometimes people get a little angry if you say it out loud, so I had to whisper. That ear is so large. Wow. And then I drew one that was even, you know what, it'll be fine. We used to have a little grocery store called Food World. That closed down. Oh, that closed down so long ago. Oh my goodness. We used to have a Save-A-Lot, but I don't even think we have one anymore. I don't know. Just like, you know, budget grocery type thing. What else? I mean, that's kind of it. We had Winn-Dixie, Walmart, Food World, which closed down. That was like in the 2000s. That was when I was in elementary school. So like a really long time ago. And that's it. The Food World is now a thrift store, which is cool because thrift stores are cool because they have old stuff. But I'm always kind of, I don't know why. Thrift stores always kind of smell the same to me. They just smell like used items. And used items always like smell the same. So it's kind of weird. Like, for some reason I feel like, I don't know. It smells like an old house that nobody's lived in for a while. And I feel like I gotta watch my step or I'm gonna step on a dead roach or something. Which, listen, I've never seen a roach in a thrift store, so I don't even know why I'm being like this, but that's just the vibe that I get from thrift stores. Even though I really like thrift stores, because there's old stuff in it. I never go to thrift stores for clothes. It's always items. Wearing other people's clothes always feels a little weird to me, especially considering that there's a really high probability that the person who previously owned those clothes is like dead. And I don't like the idea of that at all. No thank you. But using something that used to belong to someone isn't weird. I don't know. I don't know why I have that. I feel, okay, clothes are way more personal than just like furniture and items and stuff. You know? Like, that used to be on a person. So I'm not wearing thrifted clothes. I know thrifting is really fun and cool and hip and kind of becoming gentrified, but, you know, can't do that. I can't do it. It's a bit much for me. Alright. Why is there a line here? Who put you here? Goodness. What was I even talking about? I was talking about going to the store to buy fruit. we went on the subject of thrifting. That's interesting. Honestly, I haven't been doing too much this past week, which is why I have nothing to talk about. I do have to get up really early on Saturday, which I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, because I'm gonna think about this for a minute. I'm going to do next. But anyways, not too excited about waking up super early because, like, I have a Zoom meeting thingy for my internship, and since they're based in, like, the Pacific time zone, they're 2 hours ahead, so it starts at 10, which would be reasonable and normal for me to wake up and attend, but it starts at 8 here, 8 in the morning. I don't even wake up at 8 in the morning anymore. I used to. Now I literally have no reason to, so I wake up when I wake up, but now I gotta wake up early. So that's gonna be not fun, and it's on a Saturday. Waking up early on a Saturday, that just feels illegal, you know? Especially, I don't work on Saturdays. I don't go to school on Saturdays. So waking up early on a Saturday feels illegal and should be outlawed, if you ask me. Unless you have, like, a job or something. You know? I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. But I'm gonna do it anyways, because I have to. You know what I'm sad that went out of fashion? Cold shoulder tops. I want to have a little shoulder out every now and again, you know? I'm not a huge fan of showing midriff, because I'm not, you know, not built for it exactly. And, I mean, basically, if it's low cut at all, honestly, if it's anything less than a turtleneck, any shirt that I wear is gonna be boob city. So I'm not looking for that kind of stuff. But a little bit of shoulder, that's good. But apparently it's not, like, in vogue anymore, so I don't know who decided that. I still very much like them, but I don't know, it's not a thing anymore, which is a darn shame, because I very much like it. For some reason, I'm having much trouble trying to draw it. Okay. You know what? I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to resize it. Because anytime I do it, it just looks weird and wacky. So we're going to do like that. Reach that up there. Do that. And a little bit of that. And that's a little far. There. Fixed. Even though I just said I don't like wearing crop tops, I'm about to draw one. Because for whatever reason, I do like drawing crop tops. Honestly, this should be like short sleeves, something like this. You know, like that vibe. Like big sleeves, big sleeves. I was gonna say, did my playlist just stop? It did not. It paused momentarily. I mean, that's not really a big sleeve, but it's cool. It's a larger than normal sleeve, we'll say that. Not quite big, but also still not small. Something like that. That's a lot. Like that. No, but what I am going to do is these. That's better. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Okie dokie. Ooh. I don't even know why I'm doing this. My arm or shoulder is not even remotely tired. There's not a lot of room to stretch here. You see, we got wall, and we also have other wall, and then we also have open space. I'm not in the closet, you guys. I don't know of many people who paint their closets purple, but you know, speaking of walls, I thought it would be fun to do like a video just going over, you know, the art on my wall. I'll let you see, I'll let you guys see it, but I've acquired quite a lot of art over the past couple of years. Honestly, most of this was bought around the same time, and this is a picture, a photograph. It's not a drawing, but I've acquired some art over the years. I want to buy more, but at the same time, I feel like as an adult, I need to save my money for like more important things like gas and groceries. So yeah, I guess that's why I haven't bought any art nowadays. And the artist that I really want to buy more art from, she's a person who made this. You can barely see that. I don't even know what I'm doing. But the person who made that, they don't even like, I mean they still do from time to time. And they do even have a shop, so I don't know what I'm saying, but still. They don't do as much like drawing anymore. They're like a tattoo artist now, which is cool, but number one, I don't live where they live, and number two, I don't want to get a tattoo. I don't like being poked. I don't like being in any amount of discomfort. So it's not happening. It's not in the cards for me, unfortunately. Also, I don't think, let's do like that, or no, like this, instead of having it be like billowy. Because she's going to be wearing a skirt, but it's like a skirt with straps. I think the proper name for that is a pinafore, which I didn't know until like some weeks ago, but yeah. I'm going to do that on a different layer because if I mess up, I want to be able to erase freely. I love seeing other people's art, but there's that tiny voice inside my head that makes me think, well, my art is trash, but whatever. I mean, I think we all get that way, you know, about our own stuff. Like, that's the reason I don't have any of my own art up here, except for this picture, I guess. I mean, photography is art to some people, but I feel like if I put myself up here, I'm gonna like it for like a month, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, this kind of looks like garbage, I want to take it down, which I've done before. I've had like art up on my wall, my own stuff on my wall before, but I just get tired of it. I'm like, I'm never gonna get tired of this stuff. I love it, it's great, that's why I purchased it, you know. I would like to put some of my own stuff up here, because honestly, I do snaps sometimes, but again, I feel like it's gonna be like the, oh man, it's been a month and now I don't like this anymore type of thing, you know. I've done that so many times, yeah. It's a universal experience. The only drawing I have up right now is one of Lisa Simpson, because I was bored. I don't know why, but I just never got Simpsons hype. Maybe it's because I'm too young. I don't think Simpsons is a thing for, like, Gen Z people. But, you know, there are a lot of people who like The Simpsons. And I don't know. Maybe because The Simpsons is on Fox. That's not like a... You said Leah? Who's Leah Simpson? Hold on, let me look this up. I don't know who that is. I thought you said Lisa Simpson. Leah Simpson. What is it? Simpson. I enjoy the aesthetic edits. Yeah, those are cool. But those are also very much like for our... Oh, you did mean Lisa. I'm dumb. But those are very much for, like, us. Not, like, people who grew up with The Simpsons. So, I don't know. But I was gonna say, I think because it was, like, on Fox and my parents like, just never watched Fox. This is why we never, like, watched it. I don't know. We just, I don't know. I never watched The Simpsons. I watched South Park when I was too young to be watching South Park, and also when I was an okay age to be watching South Park. But, you know. Then again, I'm also not really super into South Park. So, nah. I remember when the first game came out, Stick of Truth, I could understand, like, all the references and stuff in that, which I thought was good. Or not really good, but just, like, you know, interesting. Considering, to be completely honest, I haven't really watched a whole lot of South Park, so it's like, why do I understand these references from watching so few episodes? But yeah, I haven't watched any modern South Park. Like, I don't even know. It wasn't something that I watched on the reg. I mostly watch anime and cartoons. Anime is another thing that I couldn't really get into, I guess. I mean, I watched Naruto growing up, and I also watched Dragon Ball Z growing up. Not a whole lot, not as much as my brother. What's another one? I mean, Bleach was another anime that came on, like, on Adult Swim. And if I was up late enough, then I would watch it, but not really. I felt like, you know, I've tried a lot to get into anime, but I just can't for some reason. Which is weird. Maybe not weird. Maybe it's a weird thing to be disappointed about, the fact that I can't get into anime, but I don't know. Let's see, what's an anime that I watched and, like, really liked was Elfen Lied. That's like a, I guess, like a limited series type thing. So not like, you know, an ongoing series. I did like that. I also probably watched that way younger than what I'm supposed to be watching it, but I'm a bit of a rebel. Let's say I watched 12 Link episode once because they're underrated and not long. That might appeal to me a bit more, because there's these shows that have been going on since, like, the beginning of time, and I can't keep up. So, like, One Piece. You could tell me that anime started in 1488, and I would believe you. There's just so many episodes. Especially the manga. I don't know about the anime. I don't know if the anime is, like, caught up with the manga or not. I should probably say the manga. The manga is, like, it's too long. Can't keep up. Definitely not really into manga. My brother had some of the Naruto mangas, the Naruto Shippuden ones, and I read a couple of those, and I did like them. They're from the Pain arc, so that was fun, but, you know, not really something that I'm, like, into, you know? I mean, animated shows, adult animation, oh god. Adult animation I can kind of get into. Like BoJack Horseman, it's probably one of my favorite shows. But, like, I don't know. Big Mouth I'm not gonna attempt to watch, because listen, the show might actually be good, but the art style is so unappealing, I don't want to sit through that, like, at all. You can't make me do it. You cannot make me do it. You just, no, it's not happening. It's not happening. Oh, another one. Tuca and Birdie. Everyone was singing praises for that show, especially after it got canceled. And I'm just like, I watched a few episodes and I could not get the hype at all. Like, I could get who it was appealing to and who it was appealing for, but it just wasn't for me, I guess. I also just didn't find it really funny at all. Because here's the thing. Tiffany Haddish has been in a lot of stuff, and I do think she's a decent stand-up comedian, but I don't think she's a good actor. Which, you know, is that fully her fault? I mean, yes. Well, no, but anyways. I think for a lot of stand-up comedians, especially since Kevin Hart did it, I guess they think that, you know, being an actor and being in movies and shows and stuff is like the next logical step in their career. When for some people it works, like it worked for Kevin Hart, but it's not gonna work for everybody, you know. It's just, I can't even say that I've even heard any of Tiffany Hash's stand-up. But I do think she's a decent comedian. I'll say that. I don't know about stand-up, but comedy-wise, she's fine. But her and Tuca and Birdie, she's not really that good of a voice actress. Like, her line deliveries were just kind of flat. I saw her in The Kitchen, which is a great movie, by the way. Recommend it. And she was okay in that too, but again, her line deliveries were just meh, so I couldn't really get into her in that. I mean, I liked her role in it, I just didn't like her acting, like, at all. It just was not there for me. I don't know what else she's been in. Also, the thing about The Kitchen, that was like a serious role. That was like a serious dramatic role. And she's like usually a comedic actor. So that probably could have been it too. I don't know. Yeah. Honestly, for me, doing the internship that I'm doing, which is like in the television industry, I should be more into TV than I am. I don't know, man. I used to be, you know, I had my shows. I had Game of Thrones. We're not going to talk about season 8. We're not going to talk about it. I had Mr. Robot, which is phenomenal, fantastic, but it's over now. You know, I had my go-tos. Those are my go-tos. I'd always watch them when they aired. Well, for Game of Thrones, it wasn't until like season 6 that I started to like actually watch it and keep up with it. But for Mr. Robot, it was maybe it was season 3. See, I'm a late adopter to things. That's fine. Another thing, there's been a show that I've been like excited for it to come out, you know? Because there's a bunch of stuff that I'm interested in, but it's still like in development. Like, there's nothing concrete on it yet. Like the prequel Game of Thrones series, which I don't think the original showrunners are there for. I can't remember what the official verdict for that was. But I am interested to see what they do with that, the prequel series. Because, you know, it would be nice to see Robert's Rebellion, and what did they say? I know they said Robert's Rebellion was definitely going to be covered, and some other stuff too, but I legit can't remember. Anyway, all the prequel stuff, I'm interested to see that, you know? Because I am still interested in, like, all the Game of Thrones lore and everything like that. These hands are 2 different sizes. I don't know why I've been extremely tired, so I'm gonna head to bed. Well, thank you for joining me today. You said you had just discovered me. I hope I can stay in your subscription feed for a while, at least. You know, longer than a day, maybe. But, you know, thanks for stopping by. That's great. Okay, this arm in general is just super busted. You know what I didn't talk about? I didn't talk about yesterday's video. I was very delighted to see that it actually got some attention. I mean, I guess not a lot if you ask some people, but it was a lot to me. I probably enjoy our content anyways, yeah. Honestly, you know, I don't know how this is gonna come across exactly. Probably not in like a specific type of way. But I said it in the video, and I did really mean it. I haven't been so excited to make a video since when I made that Sims Iceberg video. That was like the highlight of my month, honestly. And let's see, that was like last month too, so it's been a while. But that was very exciting for me, you know, to find that there was a few decent Sims Iceberg images out there and doing a video on it. That was so much fun, you know. I'm not gonna become like a Sims channel, I guess, but I do make a lot of Sims content, and honestly, the Sims content that I make is the most fun for me. Because the Sims 2 Machinima, it took a long time to make, but it was a lot of fun. Honestly, that was really the only big Sims related project. But I also had, I had the, watching my old Machinimas, that was fun. The making of video for the Sims Machinima, I'm gonna say this until, I don't know, forever I guess, but I'm still planning on doing the Sims 4 Machinima. Oh no, maybe I should do like a whole series. Maybe I should do like Sims 3. Because I do have the Sims 3 installed now. So maybe I can make like a Sims 3 Machinima. I don't know. That might be lit, actually. I never even considered that, doing a Sims 3 Machinima. I guess because, it wasn't really something that I did. But now that I have the Sims 3 installed, I could do it. That's an idea. That's an idea. Yes. I'm attached to this idea now. So yeah, I just like making Sims content. The Sims for me is like the Star Wars. The Sims for me is like Star Wars for some people. It's like that one franchise that you're super duper into and you have been for like a million years. Because it's what you grew up with, So I guess that's why I like making it so much. Because I did literally grow up with The Sims, I first played the PS2 port when I was in the 2nd grade, so like 7 years old. And that was great. And then I have like astronomical amount of Sims DS games. And then there's My Sims, which is great. And then, the PC games, which I only really discovered like when I was a teenager. And I just like The Sims a lot. What can I say, man? I just like The Sims. So yeah. And now that I'm looking at Twitter, I don't know why I'm looking at Twitter, I should not be, but JoJo Siwa was in the news again, because apparently she has a girlfriend. And I thought, wow, she already just came out and she already has a girlfriend. But apparently she's been with her for like a while. And apparently her girlfriend was the one who like pushed her, not really pushed her, but encouraged, that's the word, encouraged her to come out, which was cool. I thought that was cool. She did an interview with Jimmy Fallon, the most boring late night person in existence, honestly. Is late night even good? It was at one point. I'm not gonna lie and say, oh, all late night is bad, and it always was bad. I feel like late night used to be hot and spicy at one point in time, but now it's just not. And I'm not talking about like COVID era. I'm talking about before that. It's been bad for a while. I do happen to like Conan O'Brien, but he's going off, well, not going off the air, but he's not gonna be doing the Conan O'Brien show anymore at some point. Maybe this year or next year, I don't know. I remember the announcement, it was like a little while in the future. But he's gonna be going off the air, and I did like his stuff. I never stayed up to watch it, cause no, no thanks. But I liked his stuff. The YouTube clips, he has a lot of clips on YouTube, and I do like that. But like, Seth Meyers, who else is on late night? Oh, what's his name? He's South African. Why can't I remember? Trevor Noah. I think, is he even late night or is he during the day? I can't remember. Anyways, oh, you know who I did used to like though? On Comedy Central? The Colbert Report. I did watch that infrequently when I was in high school. And I did like that. That was nice. So that was cool, but I don't know. That wasn't late night though. That came on during the day. So, and Steven? No, that's Stephen Colbert. Who's the other guy? Jon Stewart, his show. I did like that too when I was in high school. Then they like both went off like around the same time. It's like, oh, okay. I did watch Saturday Night Live for like a hot minute. I want to say around 2012-ish. I don't know if I ever found it funny though. I did like, you know, the classic era SNL, because they would play those like compilations on Comedy Central like every so often. I did like Comedy Central in general too, but there'd be some days where they'd just be playing the 40-year-old version like over and over throughout the day, which I don't know why they did that. Honestly, they probably still do that. Like, whoever is in charge of like setting the programming for Comedy Central just loves the 40-year-old version. And honestly, it's a nice movie, but to be played ad nauseum in the middle of the day, I don't think so. You know, it's not. Probably they just don't have a lot of stuff to do. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like they should. Maybe they don't. I did really like Drunk History. They went and canceled that, which is honestly an injustice. I don't know why they did that. There's probably a reason behind it, but I don't understand it. They shouldn't have canceled it. It was really good. Again, it's another thing that I primarily watched on YouTube. They also had this show called This Is Not Happening. I don't know if it's still going, but the host in the beginning, it was Ari Shaffir, and then it was Roy Wood Jr. I have no idea if it's still on the air. But basically what that was a bunch of comedians coming on, essentially just telling stories, you know, like unbelievable stories, and they're like, each episode is centered around a theme. So like, you know, drugs, or parenting, or children, stuff like that. I did like that a lot. And I discovered a lot of, you know, decent comedians that I might like. Some of my favorites, my favorite one is the Mexicans Got on Boots. Oh, what's his name? I forgot his name. I'm not gonna remember it, but he's this comedian who was like in prison for something. And he just tells stories about his time in prison. And there's this one of, you know, a prison riot that started, and the way he knew that a riot was about to start is that, you know, word got around the prison that the Mexicans in the prison had on boots so that they could like kick people. So that was just really funny. I like that one. There's this other one of this other guy, which is really unhelpful because I totally forgot what his name was and what the segment was about. So never mind. There was the one with Miss Pat where she talks about getting shot in the boob. That one was interesting. I read her book. I'm not usually a memoirs person, but I read hers, and I thought it was an interesting read. A very sad story to grow up like that, but you know, it's a story of triumph because she rose above all of that and became a semi-successful comedian. So you know what? It has a happy ending. Who else? Oh, I always enjoyed Joey Diaz. Honestly, the only time that I bothered listening to the Joe Rogan Experience is if he had Joey Diaz on, because I knew he would have like a new, crazy, wacky story to tell. And he's just a good storyteller overall. So, you know, I think from This Is Not Happening, I like now prefer storytelling type stand-up comedy instead of like, it's, you know, structured jokes and punchlines and everything. It's just like humorous stories, which I don't know. Wait, I just came back after doing some schoolwork. What about someone being shot in the boob? There's this stand-up comedian called Miss Pat. She used to be like a drug dealer. Yeah, she used to be a drug dealer. And when she was like, you know, dealing drug, someone shot her in the boob. Well, no, someone shot her in the nipple. She specified it. It was the nipple, not just the boob. So, you know. She was okay, by the way. She didn't, like, get grievously injured. I think one of her nipples is, like, gone for good, though, so. But I think she told that. I'm fairly certain she told that story on This Is Not Happening. About getting shot in the boob. In the nipple. It's a very funny story, even though it's like kind of terrible. I would not want to get shot in the boob. I don't want to get shot, period, but especially not in the boob. I just feel like that would complicate things a lot, you know? Honestly, talking about that has made me want to watch This Is Not Happening Again. So I'm gonna look up some clips. I'm gonna start with Mexicans Got on Boots. Cause that's honestly so funny. Oh my god. It's just the way he tells it, you know. Normally a prison riot would not be funny, but the way he tells it is just so funny. I gotta tell you who said that too. Cause I don't wanna like, let's see. Here it is. Ali Sadiq. That's the name of the comedian who did that segment. I love that. Oh man, I gotta watch that. Okay, enough of that. Why are you on the wrong thing? There we go. After I finish this line, this line work, I think that'll be it for me for today. I don't know why, man. This week I just don't have any steam. I am steamless. Don't call me a steam engine because I contain no steam. It's not even been like I've been like particularly tired. I think I was more last week. Or no. Honestly, I can't remember when it was, but it was one of these days, either this week or last week, who knows, I don't, where I like slept most of the day. Like I woke up and my mom had me like go get something from somewhere because she was out, and then I did that and I came back and I slept until like 4 o'clock, and then I had to take my dog out, and then I came back and I slept some more. I have little energy to do anything except homework, honestly. Yeah, I have that feeling. But like, I'm not even really doing anything. I'm not in school anymore. My internship, the responsibilities aren't that much. So like, I don't have that big of a workload on me. So like, there's really no reason for me to be tired. Honestly, I thought for like a second that, maybe I have an iron deficiency or something. That's why I'm so tired. Probably not. I don't have an iron deficiency. But it was strange the amount that I was tired that day. Like, it was something was off. I feel better, obviously. It's been a few days. Like, I'm not ultra tired anymore, but I was that day. And it was odd and strange. And perhaps a little unsettling. That's so busted. Same here, but I did come back anemic a couple of weeks ago when I tried to donate. Wow. It's a really random memory, but in the 2nd grade, they're having a blood drive. I gotta fix this. This is bothering me. They had a blood drive at my school where only teachers could donate, obviously, because you can't take blood from a 5-year-old, you know. But my teacher tried to give blood, but then they told her she had low iron, so she couldn't like donate, otherwise she might like pass out or something like that. I don't know the reasoning. So then we had like a little impromptu science lesson about like what that means, and that was just really cool. Honestly, my 2nd grade teacher was just the best. Okay, this looks ultra busted. Ultra busted. That's a lot better, but I also forgot the line on the bottom. Silly me. That did not make it better. Is it too? Oh, you know what? It is too small. kind of, but also just weird looking in general. I'm looking at my other monitor because I have a secondary view there, just to make sure everything is proportional. Let's see. Actually, that's better. That kind of fixes it. Let me lower this. Yes, I like that. That is very good. Very good indeed. Yeah, that's better. I've actually never donated blood before. I think there was this like blood drive at my high school when I was like in the 11th or 12th grade, where I would have been old enough, but I think at that point in time I was like not the right weight for it. Like I was too light to give blood, so I just never did. I have thought several times well, okay, this is mostly when I was in college. I was cooking up all kinds of ideas in my brain to get extra money while I was in school, even though I didn't really need to, but whatever. But I thought about selling my plasma a couple of times. Then I realized, like, you know, the process of getting your blood drawn and all of that, and I was like, it's a lot of effort. Yeah, I know a lot about iron levels because my family has a blood condition that makes our iron levels very finicky. I have to keep it in check. It's called hemochromatosis. That's interesting. I don't think I've ever had a problem with that, like my iron levels. I think I was just being dramatic, but I don't know. I know having low iron makes you tired. Honestly, it could have been a number of things. I could have just been not with it that particular day. I wonder if Pop Tropica is still a thing. This is a very random thought that came in my head, but I was thinking about, you know, being in the 2nd grade, and when I was in the 2nd grade, this was like in 2007, and we would be in the computer lab, we got to play games. And so one game that I would play a lot was Pop Tropica. It was super dope. Is she a thing still? I hope so. That would also be a fun video, but so many people have made Pop Tropica videos. Honestly, it's probably riddled with Michael transactions. New OC. It's probably riddled with microtransactions, because, you know, that's how. Oop, I already see it. Buy membership. Buy a Pop Tropica membership. Back in my day, Pop Tropica was free. Okay? I mean, technically it's still free, but honestly, for an online game, Pop Tropica was kind of dope. Like, it had, like, quests. Well, not really quests, but, like, you had things to do. You know, I remember Pop Tropica. I remember how excited I was to learn how to copy other people's clothes so I didn't have to pay for the costumes. I don't think I remembered that strat. But, when I was younger, I don't know why, especially considering, like, where did my pin go? Oh, here it is. It's hiding. I was never, like, I never saw Spy Kids, so that didn't influence this at all. But I was really into the thought of being a spy when I was around that age, and they had this one, I think it was like a world, I forgot how it was all, like, split up, but they had this one world where you had to, like, be a spy, and dude, I was living my life when I played that specific world. That was so dope to me as a 7-year-old. I don't know why. And then they had the Aztec world. Oh my goodness, that was so great. Just peak entertainment. And I remember the Aztec people were like super aggressive and they would like hit you if you came too close. I wonder if that's still around. Like the Aztec world. That'd be so cool if it was. Especially a spy world. And there's also this one where there's like some kind of underground factory or something. And it was like rabbit themed. And like carrots were involved. I think, honestly, I saw it when I looked it up. And I think that might be still involved somehow. Because the guy in like the rabbit suit with the goggles, he's like an I don't know, an icon of it now or something. I don't know. Anyways, the Aztec Tropical Island world was really fun. I got to live my Indiana Jones dream. Yeah. But I remember, I felt like such a big brain because to solve one of the puzzles for the spy one, you were given like a letter and you had to read like the first letter of each line in the letter, and I figured it out on my own. I felt so smart. Oh my goodness, you guys. You could not stop me in computer lab when I figured that out. I was on top of the world. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Let me look at this. It's targeted towards children 6 to 15. I don't know, man. I don't think there are any 15-year-olds playing Pop Tropica. Also, apparently there's a DS game. I don't know if I knew about that when I was a kid, but if I did, then I definitely would have wanted that DS game. I think I remember hearing it was like booby garbage though, so never mind. I remember Superhero Island because I kept getting smacked around and could never solve that island. Oh, I don't remember that. See, what was another one? I always tried to play Club Penguin, but I could never like get the membership because my mom didn't want to pay for it. Which, like, you know, very, very common theme in my life. My parents not wanting to buy me video games. It's fine. So I never really got into Club Penguin. What was another one? I'm gonna say one specifically for kids because, like, I don't know. When I was in the 6th grade, I was like super into RuneScape, but I feel like that's a little different from like Pop Tropica. Club Penguin. I don't know, I think Pop Tropica was like my main jam though. Oh, on the Cartoon Network website, they had Flash games on it. My goodness. Those were the days. And I remember, because my mom was a teacher at the school that I went to until I was in the 3rd grade, or no, the 2nd grade. We would have to go to school like really early, and so I'd be in my mom's classroom, well, me and my brother, and we would play games on the Cartoon Network website before school. Gosh, memories. Cool math games, dude. That was middle school. Cool math games is my middle school, dude. Run, Papa's Pizzeria and Wingeria and all of the other Rias. That was dope. I think those are really the only games that I played. It was Run. I think Balloons was on there. Maybe Balloons Tower Defense. But Y8 games, which is just a bunch of like Flash games. Girls Go games. I never did that. I didn't like Girls Flash games when I was a kid because they were just all dress-up games and I wanted action. So that wasn't my thing. What else? Congregate. I like Congregate. Really only for one game. That was a Shopping Cart Hero. I hope Shopping Cart Hero got archived with all the other Flash games because if it didn't, I'm gonna cry. Actual human adult tears. But yeah, Shopping Cart Hero was on Congregate. What else? Honestly, that's kind of all I can think of. All the last day of work games. Fish Tycoon, where you had a like a pet fish shop or store, a fish store, but not like for eating, but like for pets. And you could get to like breed fish and sell them. That was dope. Let's see, Last Day of Work also did all the Virtual Villagers games. Those were my jam. Those were so my jam. I knew how to cheat in it too, to like get unlimited food and science points. And I also, I mean this was kind of easy, but I knew that you had to like change the time on your clock for like some of the, I don't know what you call them, missions. So like, cause the game ran in like real time, and it took time to like develop stuff on your island or your village. So you had to like change the time on your clock, and you had to use cheat engine to add science and food points. And I even made a video. I was always a YouTuber, okay? I made a tutorial when I was like 11 or 12 on how to use cheat engine to get unlimited food and science points in Virtual Villagers. It's deleted, but you know, it existed at one point. There's also one called Virtual Families. It was like Virtual Villagers, but not. It wasn't Virtual Villagers at all. What am I saying? It was like, I don't know. You had a family and you had children, and then eventually they would get old and like die, and like you live each generation and you'd have to like fix the house. Honestly, that was kind of lame compared to Virtual Villagers. Virtual Villagers is so lit. Oh my goodness. I love that game so much. Honestly, I should revisit it. It deserves a revisit. Especially, let's see, the only Virtual Villagers games worth playing are the third one, which I think is the Secret City, and the second one, which is, I can't remember. It's the one, no, that was the first one. No, the first, 1 through 3. 1 through 3 is fine. 4, I honestly forgot what 4 was. And 5, which is like, get kidnapped, etc., it's fine too. Let me think of a hairstyle. I don't know what a good hairstyle would be. Oh my goodness. I'm already yawning. It's only 8 o'clock. This is a bit ridiculous. I guess I have been tired lately. I'm gonna do Can't Go Wrong with 2 Ponytails and bangs. Honestly, I never knew how to draw bangs properly, but, you know, who among us does? I'm just winging it, okay? Even though this is the main event, we're just winging it still. Honestly, what I'm drawing is kind of more e-girl than goth, but whatever. There are degrees of goth, okay? You can be super goth or you can be slightly goth. She's slightly goth, which is fine. You can be slightly goth and live your life. I mean, they're bangs, you know? They're bangs. Honestly, I would like to have bangs, just to see what would happen, I guess. But I'm not interested in the maintenance of bangs. So, no bangs for me, unfortunately. Just not happening. And then if I don't like it, then I have to like wait for it to grow out, and it's just, no thank you, man. No thank you. But it'll be a fun experiment, you know? Just something to do before I shave my entire head out of frustration. I'm getting there, you know? I'm almost fed up enough with the top of my head to just get some scissors and go ham. Not quite there, but almost. Almost. Every day, I've come closer to that point. I'm not gonna like go insane and like shave my head or anything like that. Just, you know, a fro. I just want something that's more manageable than what I currently have. So my hair isn't really like long, but it's like, it's a bit much. And I'm a bit tired of it. Honestly, speaking of hair, apparently mullets are starting to make a comeback, and I'm sorry to all you mullet stans, but I'm not a fan of that happening, honestly. I don't know why. I mean, hey, it looks good on some people, but like, it's a little too yeehaw for my tastes, you know? That's all I'm saying. Like, okay, when I envision a mullet, what people are doing like now, it's not like what I envision when I like hear mullet. Now it's more like, you know, they're just keeping their hair short up front, which isn't quite mullety. When I think of mullet, I think near buzz cut up here and then like completely long back here. That's kind of what I think about, like really, really short up here. Because people with mullets nowadays, they let it come down a little bit, like around their head, like their forehead and their ears. But like, mullets of days gone by, it was like short and then long. I've seen people getting that Korean hair trend called a wolf cut, and it low-key looks really cool. I'm gonna have to look that up. Oh, this. Oh, so it's like, it's a mullet, but it's like different. I think. I don't know. I'm seeing a variety of things here, actually. So I don't know what I'm looking at. I see a few. Like this one. Let me see. This one on the left here. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Or like that. Maybe. I don't know. This just looks like, I don't know, like a normal haircut. Oh, you can't even see that. Whoops. Yeah, well. Essentially, it's this. Come on. There we go. Like this kind of thing here. Honestly, it almost looks like Michael Jackson's hair, but not really. I don't know why. Like this. I mean, this looks like a normal haircut. I don't know. Or we have like scene girl hair, which I was never a fan of that in my emo phase, but I could appreciate it. Or something like this. It's like a sort of kind of mullet, but not really. Honestly, it's just like, it reminds me of a 70s look. It's very grungy, and I like the longer styles that have a lot of layers with curtain bangs. Yeah, for some reason this one that I'm looking at here, it just reminds me of like 70s hair. Like a 70s bowl cut, but like long and for women. So Let me finish this up. Oh, why did my pen decide to run away from me? There we go. Let's finish this up, ladies. Fun. Alright, well, guess that's kind of it for this drawing. Honestly, I'm just gonna clean up all this later. I'm legit tired. I've been streaming for 2 hours. That's so wacky. Wow. Let's see here. Transition. Oh, yes, okay. Thank you everyone for joining me. Thank you for drawing along if you did. If you did draw along today, viewer who is watching this, send it to me on Twitter so I can look at it and delight in your artistic skills. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna finish this up at a later date, not right now. I'm honestly, like, ready to get in bed. I'm surprisingly tired. And for what? What have I done today? Not a whole lot. Anyways. Thank you for watching. If you haven't seen my latest video, you should. I think it's a banger. If you don't, that's fine. But, I'll be back next week, fellows. Bye.